Oh, silver spoons. Let's briefly talk about silver spoons. Do you have
Okay,
the
I
Wikipedia
do.
page? All right.
Yeah.
So on a previous show, I think it was last week's, that I was saying that I bought a
Oh,
stand-up
no.
arcade game for my house,
Here
and that
comes here comes Harness with his "I was right"
what?
speech.
Why would you assume I would bring up a topic that I'm right on?
Well,
Maybe
dude,
I'm here to eat humble pie.
Okay.
no, please. I knew exactly when you asked me to look it up, why you were
Yeah.
asking me to look it up.
All right. So my assertion was that on the show, that the dad who had this mansion with all the toys and the stand-up arcade games, which was the vibe I'm going for here in my house, I said that he was a toy maker, a toy inventor. And you
Toy
guys,
tester? Didn't you say toy
I
tester?
think I said toy inventor.
Okay.
And that's what I'm
Well-
going to stick with. So
Okay.
you guys both told me my 80s pop culture knowledge was often wrong. So
Have you confirmed this, or
Well-
are you just walking into this blind, Stephen?
I'm blind. I'm just putting faith in my knowledge.
Okay.
So,
Well, but I will say this.
Yeah.
You said he was a toy inventor.
Yeah.
This says that he owns a toy company. That doesn't
Right.
mean he was. But that doesn't mean he just invented the toys himself. He
oh,
could be
you're
just
splitting
the money
hairs.
guy.
He owns a toy company. Obviously, they
So
have to
what?
invent
That
new
doesn't mean-
toys.
That doesn't mean he invents anything.
And that was part of the show. He would come home and be like, "Look, I made this new thing, Ricky. Try it
No,
out."
that part he didn't do that at all.
Oh, now you're going to make me go back and watch Silver
Yes,
Spoons
I am.
on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
Young
More
Steve remembers
importantly,
this. He
in this
invented
argument,
toys.
and
Come on.
more importantly, what did you rebut with, Brewski? What did you say he was?
I had said that he was a wealthy guy, and that he had a wealthy father played by John Houseman. And obviously, we know that the dad, the grandfather, was this like stodgy, guy, because he's the guy that did the what do you call it? Was it E.F. Hutton or one of those investing companies? And but I knew that he was wealthy, but I thought he was just kind of like living off his dad's money,
Okay. All right.
He is wealthy, but he's wealthy because he owns a toy company and he invents toys.
He doesn't say he invents toys.
What would a toy
he
company
owns a toy
do?
company.
They just put out Rubik's cubes over and over. Of course, they're inventing new toys, and that
But no,
was
he doesn't. But
definitely
he's
part
not
of the
the
show.
He is not the person inventing the toys.
I don't
He's
think
the
that's-
money guy behind it, and
Well, his
but he's not the
company-
person.
I
he
know
doesn't-
Steve
he-
Jobs is not sitting in the factory building the iPhones, but he invented
Steve
the thing.
Jobs is dead.
I get that. I'm just saying that the head of a company who's developing new products may not be literally in the lab turning the screws, but to say that Steve Jobs invented the iPhone would be accurate. And to say
No, he
somebody that
didn't.
owns a toy
The
company.
engineers did. The engineers did that.
No.
It's getting heated, dude.
Yes.
Come
Heated.
on.
No,
Steve
I'm
Jobs
serious.
invented the. I know he had a team
No,
that
he
helped
did
him
not.
develop it,
He did not.
but he came up with the idea, the concept, and then the whole team, including Wozniak, made it a reality. And
Okay,
that is
without-
what Silver Spoons did too.
No, without Wozniak, then he wouldn't have had the product.
This is really a hill you're going to die on. That the guy that owns
Yeah.
a toy company is not a toy inventor.
Exactly.
Nick, I'm going to need a judgment on all this. If you own a toy company that creates new toys, are you not by default a toy inventor?
I don't know if I would say that you're a toy inventor, but I will say in the argument of what he was, it leans more toward what Steve said. That
Okay.
it had to do with toys, that he could bring toys home.
What?
Yes.
Well, okay,
there was
so
a
you
toy
know-
company involved.
You know what this reminds me of? So Tom Segura, stand-up comedian,
Yes.
has this bit about his cousin Brian, who always says, "Hey, you want to hear about my new invention?" And then he's like, "Yeah," and he says, "Okay, a cell phone that drives your car." And he's like, "Okay, well, how do you do that?" And Brian was like, "I don't know."
I don't
But
think we're
he'll
giving the
s-
Silver Spoon's dad enough credit here.
No, but
I don't think
but
you know
it's-
his
it's-
resume as well as you think you
Yeah,
do.
But
The
it's-
guy
it's one thing
invented
to-
toys. He owns a toy
It's
company
one thing-
that
it's
makes new
one thing-
toys.
But he's not an inventor.
Oh,
You own
good
a
grief.
broadcasting company.
'cause-
Do you invent broadcasting?
No, but that's not what we're doing. I invent new programming, but the guy owns a toy company. They come out
But
with new
he's-
products, and he would bring them home to show to his son.
But he's not the inventor.
You're splitting hairs. I'm right.
No, okay, like another part of the Segura thing, he says to his cousin, "Oh yeah, well, I came up with an invention. It's a toilet that sends emails and makes turkey sandwiches."
That's
and his
still an
cousin-
invention. He could get with the
But-
team and develop that, and he'd be credited with coming up with the idea.
But he didn't do the work to get it done, though. The engineers are the
you're
ones
splitting hairs.
that
Who
do that.
invented the iPhone?
The engineers at Apple.
Where'd they come up with the idea? Who gave them that assignment? They're not rogue inventors.
I don't. I just
Come on,
I
spit
can't
it out.
give-
You know I'm right.
No, you're not. I'm dying on this.
Steve Jobs invented the iPhone.
No, he did
Wozniak
not.
and the team developed it, but he came up with the idea.
Okay, but an idea without someone to build it.
I know, but now you're debating capitalism. I understand the person that owns.
Shit.
I understand the owner of Ford Motor Company did not go out and develop the newest hybrid engine, but it was his company that said, "We want to do this. I have people that can do it. So here's my idea, team. Give me this."
Okay, but that doesn't make him an inventor, though. He didn't do the work.
But he came up with the idea. That's part of the inventing process.
No,
it's a key part of it.
Probably
the most key part of it.
No, it is not. Making it work
is a draw. We got to move on from
this. This is not a draw. God damn you! What are you talking about?
No, I mean this right now. This conversation is going nowhere. Away, it's a draw.
All right.
Steve
Silver Spoon's dad
right.
invented toys, and Steve Jobs invented the freaking iPhone.
No, we didn't. Minority, big ball.
All right. Well, all right. Just Google real quick. Who invented the iPhone? Tell me what Google said.
Wait a second. And by the way, you do know, that when you told me to look up the Wikipedia entry.
Yeah.
You do know that anybody can edit a Wikipedia entry, right?
Oh, are you accusing me of doing that? Come on.
No. But I'm just saying.
He's saying it's not factual all the time.
Dude, come on.
Exactly.
The guy owned a toy company. That was my point. He develops toys. I'm Googling who invented the iPhone. And let's see, who is the inventor of the iPhone? The answer is Steve Jobs. So that's the short answer to this stuff. I understand there's a team that develops it, but somebody's got to give them that idea.
But without the person to actually make it happen, it's nothing.
Some random engineer at Apple deserves the credit for inventing the iPhone?
Yeah, because they're the ones
where's his movie?
That did the work. They're the ones that did the work.
Wow. All right.
I mean, just because, if I came up with an idea for a table and I had a carpenter build it, can I say that I created that table?
Dude, I don't know if you ever watched Shark Tank, but this is the whole premise. You come up with an idea and then you need the support team to help you develop it. The support team deserves credit, but it's not their idea. It's yours.
Steve Jobs had the patent on iPhone.
But you didn't do the work to make it happen.
I know, but so many products have been developed that way, where somebody has an idea and then they need help developing it. Doesn't mean it's still not their idea.
Like Thomas Edison had an idea for the light bulb, and then he made it happen.
Yeah, that's why great for him.
You could call him an inventor.
Yeah,
I'm just not as liberal with that word inventor.
Well, he's not as loose with his language, Steve.
That would mean in modern times that there is no inventor anymore, because almost nobody invents something 100% on their own, builds it, develops it. Like, it's always a team.
Well, the guy who created the Rubik's Cube, you mentioned that. He did that all on his own.
That's not modern times. I'm talking modern times. If you go up with some,
it's the 80s. That's still modern times.
No, I'm talking like technological modern era. Who invented Facebook? You can't say what's his face?
The Winklevoss twins said. The Winklevoss twins did.
Well, so there you go.
But not Zuckerberg.
But Zuckerberg is obviously credited, and he's the one that, even if he took part of the idea from someone, he's the one that turned it into what it is now. He's the one that invented Facebook.
But here's the thing, though. The only reason why he's credited with it is because he wrote those guys a really big check, and they were like, "Okay, we'll take our money. We'll see you later," and then they went off.
And Steve Jobs paid his engineers, and Wozniak got his cut. I mean, but still, somebody has to start this inventing process.
Nope. I will die on the hill. It's the engineers that create the product.
Wow. All right.
Yep.
I understand what you're saying, but still, somebody's got to give those people the vision. Engineers aren't just coming up with their own ideas at Apple.
Okay, so let's go back to Edward Stratton from Silver Spoons.
Please.
Okay.
The toy inventor. Yes.
I'm quite sure he was not going into the product people and saying, "I thought about this, and this, and you guys should create this. This is my idea for a car that turns into a robot." I think what it was is he owned the company. People created the toys and built it. He said, "Yes, I like this. No, I don't like that."
I love that we're debating a fictitious company.
Yeah, it's fun though. It's good times.
Listen, okay, Nick, please step in here.
Are we still on the air right now, dude?
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I was right, is what Nick said. So I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, dude.